use min and max for dates to calculate to validate the date. So now we have this validation in place, and we need to calculate the age for based on the date of birth. So for that, we will need to the trigger point is right here is based on the value change. Whenever we enter a date of birth, so the age should be calculated. So there will be two ways you can do. That is using you can use field trigger. So that is events and event listener on field value chain. So there you can call object function, and then you can again calculate the age using JavaScript, and then you can update the same value. You can update the same value. The other way is using templates. So whenever date, if you just hover on this date, you will see. Okay, so we have already created a date of birth template, right? So the trigger point is this template only. So we'll go to this template, and then if you click on the date, and you can see some events here. So based on for this particular uh, field, and that trigger is on value. So this means on value change. So this is similar to a field trigger. So we'll select this on field, and here we can write the JavaScript. So once the field value is changed, so we will create a JavaScript, and then we will calculate the age, and then we will set it to the some variable, and then that variable we will use to update age. So first we'll create a function, calculate age. Okay. Function is created now, and then we need to add a parameter. So the parameter is some date. Okay, fine. So this is my argument to pass, and I'll choose any because it is date, and just create. Now if you switch back to this JavaScript function, it will ask to select a value. Now go to functions, and from input parameters we have the value. So this comes from the template. In template we will have the value, right? So whatever field bound to that template, so it will take that value. So I'll select the value. It will pass the date of birth value to this function. So now we will go to the function. Okay. And here, so this is the function to call, right? And the function definition. So the actual logic we will write here, and then here we will call the function, get the result. Okay. And return type also we will choose a number, right? So because we are going to return age, so I just selected as number. Then go to code mode. Now here we need to write our code, JavaScript code, to calculate the age. Okay, so the JavaScript will be this. So you will need to get the current date, and you will also need to get uh, the date time you are passing, and then from that you will need to get the year, and that year. So you will need to use those years, right, from date of birth field and current date, and you will make the difference between that, and then you will get the age. So that JavaScript we will place here. So if you look into this, so we are defining date here. So that is the current date, and then input. So this will be the date time that we need to pass. So here the value is birth date. So that is the value that we need to pass here. So now input is in, I mean, date of birth is in input variable, and current date is in today's date. Then if input is greater than today, so we will directly return 0. So in our case, it might not be valid, but still this check is there. Even if we enter, if suppose there is no validation, if user enters um, the future date, so then it will directly return 0. So otherwise, we will calculate the age. We will get the year from today, and then from input, and then we will uh, okay. So this is to calculate this year birthday. If it is this year birthday, so it is getting this year birthday, and then if this year birthday is less than or equal to current date, and it is returning uh, this. So basically, it is calculating. Suppose this year birthday, right? It is including that also. So if it is already crossed, so otherwise it will just ignore that value, and it will take a difference between the current date year and then the date of birth year. So we will get finally the age. So this will be the actual function. It will return the age, and using this function, right, that we defined here, call function. So this will call this function, and by providing a, a parameter value, and the result will be stored finally into call function. So you can rename this. So this is my variable, and now we have the value. So now what we can do, we can check whether this value is printing or not. Okay, so for that you can use console.log. So I'll give the parameter name, and then value. Now it should print the value of age from this function. Let me execute. And you can use this console, right? Console debugger uh, to get the print log messages, and as well as the any independent codes, right? So you can use to debug here. But here in this case, we need birth date as an input from the server. So that's why we can't directly use the same code here. So for that, I use a log statement within that JavaScript, and I'll be validating it. Inspect. So clear all, and now I'll select the page. Suppose 2020. Okay. You can see age value from function is 4. It is printed. Now we have the age value from the function, and it is printing as expected. Right. So now what we need to do is uh, we will assign this value to a variable. Just drag the assign variable and create a new variable. And make it as a number. And the value for this is from the function. So if you go to here, you have this local, and here you can see the age value from function. That is the return value from function. So I'll be assigning this value to this variable, and this variable is at layout level. So this will be available in the layout. And this JavaScript or JavaScript return value only will be in this particular action chain. It will not be available uh, for the entire page. But we will use this same variable, page variable, uh, in other templates as well. So that's why we just added this to this page variable. Okay, so now it is done at date field level. So here, whenever there is a change in date of birth, we are calling a function, and we are getting the age value, and then we are setting it to variable. Now we need to assign that variable value to age, right? So for that, we need to go to this age field and then create again a new template here. Click date, and a new template again will create. So here, and this time it is not a text and also not date, it's a number. Age is a number, so I'll use this number. Okay, I'll use OJ input number. Just change here. So here value will be, so by default it takes from server, and label hint also from the display name from application composer. So here label hint means from application composer display name, and value will be the server value. So now we need to override this server value to the value calculated the from the function that is from date of birth field. Now highlight on this OJ input number, and from here go to data. You will find the value, right? And from here select the function. You will need to remove this value. So there's the server value, and you can see variables here under layout. So this is layout variable, and this we will just use variables dot age value. Now that's it. We are setting that calculated age value here. Now preview. Okay. Now we will select the age. So let's select 2020. Okay. So we will see whether the value is setting for the variable or not. We'll go to input, action chains. Okay. Let me go to the code mode. So you could see when I selected this, so it is assigning quotes, right? But this is a value, it's not a string. Adjust this so that it will assign value, not the string. Now you can preview. Now, as soon as you select the date, so the age is populated. Even if you change something, it will get changed. This is how age we can calculate the age, and this is how we can work with the templates, and we can pass one template value to another template.